and we'll get right with it. Hey, so we have a bunch of rocks in the big tumbler that have been polishing overnight, and we're going to check them and see where they're at. Turn this off. Let me move you guys over here a bit. Okay, get you guys back up here where you can see. Take the seal off here. Okay. There's a fiber cloth. We'll grab something out here. Let's see where we're at. Let me move you guys so that you can see what I'm doing here. Tilt you guys down and over here. Take the flashlight and we're going to look for luster. Let's see. Need to get this wet a little bit. Take and dry it off real good. And see, I don't know if you guys can see that. This this up just a little bit. Can you all see that little bit of luster there? Yeah. So that one we'll set up there. We'll grab another one. Needs to go back in, put it over there. I'll move you guys up here just a little bit. Clean cloth. I only do this for the first couple that I take out. Dump the rest. And I'm going to see how we're doing. Okay, see, we can see right there, you're getting a little bit of a luster right through there, and right in through here, and right along there. So that can go in water. That was jammed in there pretty good. See, I thought this one was neat because you got this dark like reddish brown, and then you got this like tan color right there. And if you turn it on its side, you have more of the tan color here. Just thought it was a really interesting rock. Okay, so that one's going to go in water. Oops, sorry guys. This one is looking really good. This one is ready for what I call a water bath. Some people call it burnishing. I just say it gets a bath. And what the water bath does, see how this is like kind of frosty in some areas? That's polish that's in the pores on the rock, and the water bath gets that out. So that one's ready. You just take the fuzzy side of your microfiber cloth and just go like that. Getting there. Excuse me. Excuse me. That one needs to start over at step 1. We got a few rough spots. Well, maybe, let's see. Okay, let's look this one over. Okay, this is all smooth. That's all smooth. That's all smooth. But you got a little bit of a rough spot right in there. And a little bit of a rough spot there. So we're going to put that one to do what I call rework. Start over at step 1. All right. That one is ready for a bath. That one is definitely ready, I can see. Big shine on this one. That's pretty. That one's ready for a bath. Let's see if we can find one more big one in here. Okay, we're going to take and dump that now. So I will turn you guys around so you can watch me do this. Sorry about my arm being in the way. Okay. Oh, jeez. Now, I'm going to dump this in here. Barrel. the inside of the barrel out. Here, I'll let you guys watch. So, something exciting is happening for the channel on Saturday. I am going to be at the farmers market in Miles City, Montana on Saturdays. It's only open for about another month. Hey Esther, how are you today? Yeah, it's open until I think the end of October. So that's like 2 months. So we get to sell some of our stones. They said we can advertise our YouTube channel on their shout out days. All good stuff. All good stuff. So now we're going to take in that lets the little rocks go through this screen. I'm going to wipe this off. Hey, Ab. Okay. This is a gold miner sift. I'll show you. I have 2 of them here. Have a screen and then a sift. And what you do when you take it like that, the little rocks go through to the other level. That way I don't have to sit and pick through all of these and pick out the little rocks each time. Then we're going to take and load the tumbler up, or what I call the wash cycle, which is actually the burnish cycle. And I inspect these as I go. If there's one with rough spots, you put to go back to step 1. And we just pick these out like this and wipe them off and inspect them. Make sure that there's no rough spots on them, because see, let's say you have this one and this one, and this one has a rough spot and it rubs up against this one in the tumbler, that will destroy that finish and you have to restart it. So always make sure that when we get to the last step, which is the burnish cycle, which I call the wash cycle, that there's no rough rocks in there, that they're all completely smooth. So where y'all from? I am from eastern Montana. I like to know where my audience is from. And you can just list state and country. You don't have to list your exact address. I don't want you to do that. That one's rough. All part of rock tumbling. That one's smooth, all sides. So that one goes in for the wash cycle. That one's rough, so that one goes back for step one. That one goes back for step one, too. That one goes in. See, I show you guys something cool here. So how you tell an agate from a regular rock? An agate you can see through. See how you can see the flashlight through there? Now if we take a regular rock like this, can't see through it. That's just a cool little thing that I learned. That's going to be cool when it's done. That's smooth all sides. See that one? Another cool one. just have so many neat looking rocks. And the interesting thing about the way I do this now is that, okay, rocks are porous. Ugh. And from the polish cycle, that polish is real fine and it gets in the pores of the rock. So what I do is take and run it for an hour with just water, and then I take and dump that off, and then rinse the rocks off and put it back in with clean water. With just clean water. And when you do that, you end up with a shine like that. Let's see this. See, that is just real glossy, shiny all the way around. And that's what I want. I want them to be glossy and shiny. And I just wipe them off as best I can, and put them in the tumbler. And see, by breaking up the burnishing cycle, by doing an hour and then dumping it, you get a lot of the impurities out of there. Like if there's any dirt in the tumbler, you know, or in the rocks, and crevices in the rocks, when you do it for an hour and then dump it, most of that dirt goes in the bucket. And this is green adventurine. This is going to be all green. A little bit of white there. A little bit of white there and there. And it takes time. Now that's got a rough spot on it. See right there, see, you should be able to run your thumb across that and be completely smooth, and it's not. It's got a rough spot there and a rough spot there. So we will put that back in the pile for step one. We're going to put this one, this is amethyst, and we're going to rerun that through step one. I got the other half is in here somewhere. We'll put both of the halves in for rework. This here is basalt. Basalt is a reddish brown with like yellow or orange flecks in it. Oh, excuse me. Let's move this a little bit. That one goes back for step one. It's got a rough spot. Where did I put that? Right there. And that one's got a rough spot right there. I am just very picky. And that one's got a rough spot. That whole area right there is all rough. And that one's good. That one's smooth. That edge right there is rough. I can run my finger across it. So we'll stick that one back for step one. That one's good. That one's good. It's smooth on all sides. That one's smooth, all sides. And it just takes time to sort through these. Can't get in a hurry. We're going to put that. That's part of that amethyst. And that's rough right there, so we will put that one back. And that one's rough. That one's going to be pretty though. That one's smooth all the way around. that one's smooth all the way around. And that one's rough. Goodness. We're getting a lot of reworks. And that one's got a rough edge. That one's smooth all the way around. That one's smooth all the way around. And that one's got a rough spot right there. And that one's rough right there. That whole face is rough. And that one's going to be pretty. That's getting a nice shine to it. See on this side, you all see the shine developing through there. Starting around the edge here. And when I redo these, I'm going to do them first in 36 grit. And then I'll do that for at least 24 hours. And then I'll add the 4670. That one's going to be pretty. It's getting a nice shine on it. What I will do is, instead of using 8 tablespoons of the 36 grit, I use 6. And that way, when I check it in 12 hours, the grit will be all used up. And I can just add the 4670 to that. That's rough. See, that one's going to be pretty. A lot of pretty ones in this batch. A lot of pretty ones in this batch. Now this looks like jasper. It's not. It's a light brown with green. That's interesting. We will put that one in there because it's not got no dots. And I know this takes longer doing it this way, but I started doing this because I've had whole batches where one rock with a rough spot on it ruined the finish on the whole batch. And I had to start it all over from scratch. So now I go through each batch and I run my finger across it like that. That's got a rough spot there and there. So that one goes in the rework pile. And this one goes in the rework pile because, see, this edge here should be all rounded off. All the way around. All them edges should be rounded off. And they are not. And that one is ready. No rough spots. All smooth. That one's gonna have to go back in step one because it's got a rough spot right there and right there. And right there. And that one I felt it when I picked it up. Got a couple of rough spots. Yep, that's rough right across there, all the way across there, that whole side right there. Yeah, that's all rough, that whole side right there. And that one's good. And that one's got a rough spot right there. Just ran my finger across it. That one's good. That one's got a rough spot right there. The rest of it's all good except for right there. And some people would say, why are you being so picky? Because I don't want to have to redo the entire batch from start. If I wasn't picky and left rough ones in there, it would destroy the polish on the entire batch, and I'd have to start the entire batch over from step one. See, that one's good. And that one's good. That's going to be pretty. And that one's got a rough spot right there. The rest of it's all good except for that spot right there. And that one, that whole side right there is all rough. So we will put that back for step one. I call it rework. I call it rework. And that one's good. And that one's gotta be redone. See, that whole edge right there is rough. The rest of it's fine. Don't want to take a chance. And that one's rough right there. I just run my finger across it. I can feel it. And that one's good. And that one's good. It's all smooth, both sides. And that one, see that whole end right there is rough. That one's good. That one's rough right on the edge right there. So we'll wipe it off and put it in the rework pile. Years ago when I worked in a factory, they called this quality control. Let's see. That needs to go back there. This is a piece of granite. This is what I call a granite egg. And then I just cut them in half. That way you have two like kidney shaped pieces instead of just one big one. And that one's got a little bit of a rough spot on that one edge. Oh, excuse me. And that one's good. So where are you guys from? I live in eastern Montana, half a mile from the Yellowstone River, and that's where I get most of my rocks. And that one's good. So get active in the chat, guys. Tell me where you're from. Tell me maybe what got you interested in rock hounding and rock tumbling. That one's smooth on all sides. That one's smooth on all sides. That one. It's got a bit of a crack, looks like right there. I didn't stick my finger in it. So we'll stick that one off to the side. Remember, if you like what you see, to like, share, and subscribe. Help us grow the channel. See, that one's smooth all sides. And that one. See, I can run my finger across like that, and that that whole edge is sharp. So we will put that one for rework. And that one is rough, that whole edge right there. It happens. I don't get all twisted about it, because it happens. And that one's smooth all sides. I try to do the bigger ones first, that way when you get down to the bottom, there's usually not so many left, and the little ones fall through the cracks, which is fine. And that one's got a rough spot. And that one's going to be really cool. Little piece of petrified wood. It's not rough right there. Let me see if I can find my little pick thing. That one's going to be cool. Just a little bitty piece of petrified wood. That one's smooth all sides. We're getting down towards the end here. That one's going to be neat. It's got the dark brown spots in the middle of this like greenish area, and then the other side is like light brown. It's going to look cool. That one's rough. So where y'all from? What interests you in rock tumbling? Yeah. It's ready. Excuse me. And that one is getting a really nice luster to it. Down. That one's going to be neat. That's like a granite. That whole side right there is rough. That one's ready. And that one, that whole edge is sharp. I don't know how I missed that, but it happens. That's why I go through, at the end I go through each one, or at least I try to. That one's all smooth. Big ones. That one goes for rework. This one goes in. That one goes for rework. That one goes in. And that one goes in. That's going to be pretty. In. And that one, put in there. And that one goes in. That's going to be pretty. I know some of these are not very big. They're still going to be pretty. A little bit of water over these. sharp edges. So put that in there. That one's not fancy or nothing, but it's getting a nice shine to it. That one's going to be pretty. That one's sharp edge. I can feel it. Rub my finger across it. That one goes for rework. And that one too. That one is just about done. But it's got a sharp spot on it. Damn. So we'll put that one back for rework. Okay, so we got a couple of big ones over here. That one goes for rework. That whole side is all rough. It happens. No big deal. That one's ready. There, that's what that green aventurine looks like. It's all that green on it and just a little itty bitty bit of white. There's another little piece of, looks like petrified wood. Little tiny piece. That's ready. That one is not ready. I rubbed my finger across there. The whole edge is all rough. that one, and that one, and that one, and this one will go over there. That one goes for rework. And these can go in. Oh, one over there. Now, we're going to take that like that. Do a little bit of water. Not much. Okay, now we're just going to take a couple of handfuls of this little bitty stuff and put in there. Okay. Oops, sorry guys. Okay, now put that back there, back there. Turn you guys around back this way. Okay. So we're gonna the water bottle. It's got just a little bit of plain water in it. Pour this in there. Pour this. All right, I gotta go and get some water. I'll be right back, guys. I'm back. Okay, so we're going to make this a hole so that we can see where the water's coming up at. I'm going to take stretch you guys up. Get you forward a little bit so you can see where the water comes to. All the water we need. Add some more that was ready. Burnish. Let's see. Got over here. We can put some of these in. This is stromatolite. It's basically done. It just needs to go through a burnish cycle to get that out. Oh, excuse me. Just putting stuff in there that's ready to burnish, fill up the tumbler a little better. That one is going to be pretty. That's almost done. Just got to get that white stuff off of there. And that's the last one we're going to put in. Yes. One more. I keep finding ones that I can put in there. And we're running out of room. Hey, Rebecca. Yep. We are doing rock tumbling. This is the burnish cycle, which is what gets it stuff really shiny. This is after the polish cycle. You should do them in just plain water. So where's everybody from? I am from eastern Montana. These up here. Let's move you guys a little bit. Let them not bump in there. The tripod. All right. Move you guys off to the side so that I can stand up. Move that like that. Okay. So now we're going to turn it on. And that can stay like that. Because we're going to let it run for 2 hours. Let me get you guys back down to the size. That's going to run like that for 2 hours. And then we're going to dump off the water and then put fresh, clean water in it. And then it'll go overnight. All right, that's what I got for y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Bye for now.